All right, welcome everybody. We are now live. This is your host Vishan Borich, and I'm here today with our Down and Dirty at 1:30 Central Time. And this is a special hangout that I do every Monday, if you're new to this, in which I share with you some important tips, lessons, and inspiration that I've learned in order to help you in your life and in your business. So today we have an episode that I think you'll be impressed with. It's something that I think a lot of people think about but aren't really sure how to overcome. And I'm going to read the title here because I don't want to mess it up. But basically the title is How to Harness Your Superpowers and Attract Your Dream Team. So I've put together a special presentation. So I'm actually going to flip my screen around. We're going to get started. And let me tell you, I hope that you're taking notes because what I'm giving you today is normally something I give only to my students that, pay for my courses or are all in our team, which means that, they're a business owner just like me. But today I'm going to give this lesson to everyone who's watching. And the reason for that is because I think it's so important for you to live out your life to its fullest. We're never guaranteed a certain time in our life. You may not be here tomorrow. I don't know. I hope you have it tomorrow, but you don't know that. None of us do. And so if you're not living out your true purpose and being the superhero that I know you can be, then you literally are squandering the time that you have left here on this planet, on Earth. I truly believe that. If you believe that too, then stick with me because you're really going to enjoy today's hangout. All right, are we ready to get started? Okay, well, I'm going to flip it around, so bear with me as I do that. All right. Hopefully you can still see me and hear me and all of those fun things. If you're having any trouble at all, feel free to post that in the chat window. And then what I'll do is I'll take a look at that throughout the call or throughout this hangout and make sure that we're still on target. So we are starting. If my screen is a little small for you, if you click in the lower right hand corner of this video, you can make it full screen. If you just click on, I think there'll be a little YouTube symbol there. If you click on that, you'll see like an arrow that allows you to expand it to full screen. And once again, if you want to go back to the smaller screen, just hit the escape button on your computer and that'll shrink it back down. So hopefully that helps you as we get started here. All right, let's get ready to harness your superpowers and attract your own personal dream team. So you may not know this, but you already are a superhero. Now, you may not wear a Wonder Woman costume or a Superman costume or something like that on a daily basis, but you truly are a superhero. And here's why. And here's why I believe that. And I'm going to read this. It might be a little small for you, but you are 1 in 400 billion. And let me explain why I say 1 in 400 billion. The odds of calculating that are factored by chances of survival of a continuous lineage of more than 100,000 generations of your ancestors. So basically, all surviving successful, all your ancestors, they survived successful natural disasters throughout more than 1 million years of geological time, including factors of evolution, biogenesis, specific sperm and egg combinations, ultimately merging successfully together to result in the one and only you. So what does this mean? It means you are unique. In all the world, there is no other person exactly like you. In the millions of years that have passed, there has never been another person like you. I mean, look at your body. What a wonder it is. Your legs, your arms, your cunning fingers, the way that you move, the way that you think. It's amazing when you really stop to think about it and you look at yourself. You have the capacity for anything. You're not here by mistake, and you're not watching this hangout today by mistake either, by the way. You are a miracle of existence, and you are here for a purpose. And you specifically have something that only you can give to the world. That's how important you are. You may not think so, but after hearing these words today, I really hope that helps you stop to think about the miracle that is human life. And I don't mean to get so deep on you today, but I think that a lot of times we get so caught up in our day-to-day issues and problems and things that are going on in our world and in our little world that we call our life, that we forget the big picture. And I want you to remember this. And if you want this quote sometime, shoot me a message or post it down in the chat and I'll get it to you, and read it, because it really does make you stop and think just how valuable you are. And you are a superhero. And today I'm going to show you how to harness that energy so that you live a life where you are excited to get up every day, that you are so thrilled about the life that you get to live on this planet Earth. So let's move on with that exciting quote. All right, so a lot of people want to know, what is your mission? Right? Your mission, everybody has kind of a different mission, but your mission contains certain elements. Everyone's mission does. And these are your elements as a superhero that you should be incorporating into your life in order to achieve your ultimate life purpose, your ultimate mission. So number one, you need to know yourself. Okay? Know yourself. We're going to go a lot deeper on what that means and how you can get to know yourself better, because you really can't make a difference in the world until you know who you are and where you're going. Okay? The next thing is you need to be able to find solutions to problems. Everyone's mission on this planet is to find solutions to problems. And you were built specifically, all of your talents and things that you were born with, you were built to find solutions to problems. And everything that happens to you in your life is to help you to find solutions to problems. And those are going to help you to become a better person and to be able to do this, help others. All right, so this is your mission right here. Know yourself, find solutions to problems, and help others. That's it. Doesn't that make life a lot more simplified when you know your mission? Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, okay, that's great, Bashan, but I don't really know, how I'm going to help others, or I don't really know what problems I need to solve. Well, that is what today's hangout is all about. I'm going to teach you how you can find, number one, yourself, and then which problems were you sent here to help others solve. So let's press on, shall we? All right, so how do we get to know ourselves better? Because you really can't help anyone, you can't fill anyone else's cup until you are filling your own cup. All right, so the first thing you've got to do is you need to know, what do you enjoy doing? So I encourage you right now, if you're not writing these things down, write down these questions, because it's going to take you a little time to answer them. And you want to really do this exercise. If you're stuck right now in your life and you're not feeling like a superhero, you're feeling, defeated in whatever's going on in your life, then you need to do this exercise. This exercise is going to help you so much to have clarity in your purpose. So the first thing is, what do you really enjoy doing? What makes you smile? What is it that, maybe you've only done it a few times, or maybe you've always dreamed of doing something and you think you would really enjoy it? Write those things down and just keep writing until you can't think of anything else that you don't enjoy. So write down the things you enjoy. The second thing is think about what you're naturally good at doing. These are things that maybe somebody's told you, wow, you're really good at that. Or, wow, I can't believe how easy that comes for you. And it could be just something as simple as, how you walk, or it could be as simple as, how you garden. Maybe you're a good gardener. It could be something like, maybe you're really good at computers, and people see that and they say, wow, you are really, really good at that. So it's something that just comes easily for you. Write down as many of those things as you can that you feel that you've been complimented on for being good at, or you feel that you just naturally seem to pick it up quickly. All right, so the next thing is, what specific talents, hobbies, or skills do you currently have? Write as many of those things down as you can. Again, we're going for as many things as possible. Just jot it down. You know, I don't expect you to do it all right now, but later, after this hangout, when you have some time, sit down with a pad of paper or a notebook, because it may fill up a few pages, and write down all of these things. And then finally, who do you like being around? You know, what personality traits do these people have that you enjoy being around? You know, are they artists? Are they corporate executives? Are they male, female, both? What age are they? You know, how old are they? Are they moms or dads? Are they single folks? Do they like to party, or do they prefer to sit and read a good book? You know, what types of personality traits do people have that you really seem to resonate with and enjoy being around? By writing those things down, it's going to help you pinpoint your tribe. In other words, who should you be hanging around with right now more than who you are currently? Now, maybe you already have your tribe. Maybe you already have a group of people that you really enjoy being around. That's great. And if you do, write down those qualities that they have and why you enjoy them so much. Maybe they just make you laugh. And what is it about them that makes you laugh? What tickles you? And, you know, what do they find enjoyment in? What do you guys do together that's fun? And what are some of your happiest moments that you've had with these people? So again, you're making a list. All of this is going to help you to really know yourself and hone in on your true purpose. And we're going to get into why that's important here in just a minute, but we're going to flip now. So I hope you wrote these questions down. We're going to flip now to the next part. Okay, the next part is know who you aren't. This, to me, is just as important as knowing who you are. Because if you know who you aren't, then you can suddenly steer your ship, steer your life into a different direction. Because if you aren't clear on what you are and what you'll stand for and what you won't stand for, then you'll fall for anything. And you're going to end up in a place that's a struggle because you don't know what you dislike. So I want you to consider something first here before I get into these questions. Are you in a job or a situation or a relationship or something that's really upsetting you right now? If you are, I want you to consider this. Perhaps this is a way for you to understand what you don't like so that you can move forward in your life and find the things that you do like. Okay, so perhaps what's happening to you right now might be a small blessing because it's showing you exactly what you don't want in your life, and it's helping you to narrow down the multitude of opportunities that are out there in the world. So if you're in a bad situation, or I wouldn't say bad because I think every situation has a silver lining or a good point, I want you to write down what is it that you don't like about it. Okay, and by doing that, it's going to help you in your life direction. You also might write what you like about it. Like if you're in a situation that you aren't happy about, write down, there's always something that is good about it. So write down those things as well, because that's where it's trying to steer you towards. Okay, hope that helps you. It really helped me when I went through this exercise myself. So what do you dislike doing? Now, this is another list I want you to put together and write down the things that you dislike doing, that you don't want to do anymore if you don't have to. Write those things down. It could be anything. It can be from work related to home related to relationship related, whatever it is. Write those things down. Okay, and then write down what you aren't good at. Now I know that could go on and on and on, but specifically things that you don't enjoy. You're not good at it because you really don't enjoy them. And maybe it's something that you're doing right now and you don't feel like you're good at it and you don't have any desire to do it anymore. So write those things down so that you don't keep following the same pattern of destruction in your life. Okay? All right, then finally, who or what types of personalities or people do you not enjoy being around? This is very important because you may right now be surrounded by people that just are not a good fit for you. They're not supporting you. They're not helping you to become your best version of yourself. So write those personality traits down that you just can't be around anymore. And, realize that this is going to help you to shape you into the type of person that you want to become. And I know there's a lot more we could go into this. And one of the things that I do with my own students is I really help them to realize a different way to look at things. It's called reframing, in order to really find your life's purpose. And if that's something that you'd like help with, maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg, then I encourage you to reach out to me. And you can do that. You can email me. You can message me on Facebook. You can click on one of the buttons below this hangout today, and that's going to get you in contact with me. And I am a real person. If you aren't, if you're not sure about that, I am a real person. So make sure that you give me a little time to respond, because I do get quite a few people that really are looking for help, and that's what I believe that I'm here for, is to help. So go ahead and shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to dig deeper with you and get you set up to finding your true purpose. All right, we're going to press on here. All right, so here's something that's the next aspect of your mission, and that is solving those problems, challenges, or struggles that are going on. And you specifically are put on this planet, in this world, in order to be able to overcome problems, challenges, and struggles. And how you overcome those is unique to you. And everyone has their own unique set of circumstances. However, you'll find that the problems that you work on and overcome, there are other people out there who have them too, and could use a leader. And you may not think of yourself as a leader yet, but they could use a leader like you to help them overcome those problems, challenges, and struggles. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to call it a problem. So what is a problem that you had in the past? Again, you're making a list here, but I want you to jot down in your notebook, what is a problem, or problems, you may have multiple ones, that you've had in the past. And these would be ones that you've overcome already. You've achieved something, you've overcame that problem that you had in the past. Okay. All right, then we go to the next one. Maybe there's a problem that you are currently overcoming. Perhaps you're in a situation right now and you're making active changes in your life to overcome that problem. So write down that problem and write down what you've done in order to overcome it, or what you are in the process of doing to overcome it. All right, then we go into the third area. What is a problem that you currently have? And this could be one that you haven't overcome yet. In fact, maybe you don't even know how to overcome it yet, but you currently have a problem. You think there might be other people that have the same problem, and you just, you want to find a solution to it. So you could write that down as well. So the easiest one to really focus on is the problem that you had in the past and you've already overcome. Because you have already successfully overcome it, you have experience that other people who are currently in that problem would love to learn your solution and how you did it. And that could help them tremendously. But if you don't have something that you can think of that you have overcome in the past, then you go to that second one, which is a problem you are currently overcoming. Okay? And then finally, if you can't think of anything that you're currently overcoming, maybe you're just in the middle of a big storm right now, think about the problem that you currently have, and then start thinking of steps that you can take to get out of that situation. And here's the cool thing, is that you can start documenting those steps as you are getting out of that problem and share that with people who are also experiencing the same thing. So you're experiencing it in real life, you're documenting how you're getting out of it, and other people will be reading that in some form or shape, or watching it if you're doing a video, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but they would be following you to see how you got out of that situation. So I hope this is kind of giving you a few ideas. And I know this is going to take you a little bit of work to write down these things, but this is a really great exercise to go through because it frankly, it can completely change the trajectory of your life. And to me, that's so important. All right, we're going to press on here. Who can you help? So now let's say that you've determined some problems that you've had or you've overcome. Now, who can you help with this? Well, other people that currently have the same problem. That's your goal, is to find other people that are currently in the midst of that storm and have not solved their problem. Well, if you've solved it, you have answers on how you solved it, you can help those people. And that's your mission. All right, so now here comes the fun part. The problem that you have, because you are a superhero now, is it possible that it could be a business? And that's really what this whole exercise is about. A lot of people would love to know how they can make a living doing what they love. Well, here's how. And I'm giving you the exact keys to the kingdom, if you must, on how you can do what you love and make a living from it. Okay, so you have a problem that you know how to solve because you are put on this planet for a specific purpose and you've overcame that problem. Now you can share this with others and turn it into a business. You may not you may not know how to do that right now. I'm going to show you how today. Okay, are you excited? You're going to learn how you can turn anything that you have right now into a business. Okay, so first of all, here's how you determine. I want you to take, once you've filled out your entire list, you're going to go through it and circle the things that you actually enjoy the most. So these are things that you can't imagine living without doing, like hobbies or talents that you currently have. Circle the ones that excite you the most, that you think, man, it would be great if I could do that every day. Or wow, this would be so much fun if I could really do this more often. Circle those things because that's going to help point you into something that you really enjoy. Now, I want you to keep one thing in mind in your head, because I think a lot of times we get stuck in this, and that is we think we can only make a decision once and that we have to follow that path forever. That's not the case. Your life can change, it morphs as you go. So just because you choose one idea that could be a good fit for you and would make you happy, it doesn't mean that later on you won't have a different idea that you could also turn into a business and make a living from. So don't feel like there's any wrong answers. There aren't. The biggest thing is would you like solving that problem on a day-to-day basis? If it's something that you enjoy doing and it's something that you can help others do, then absolutely, if this would be a perfect thing that you could do on a day-to-day basis. If you like it, then go on to the next question. Can you monetize it? Well, monetizing it means, can you make money from it? And I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. And then the third question, if it's going to be a business or not, is there a market for it? Are there enough people out there that would be interested in having that problem solved for them to pay money to do so? And I'm really going to focus on that on the second half of this hangout, on how you can determine if there's a market for it. So we're pressing on here. I got a minute here. I wanted to do this first half in 30 minutes, and then we'll do the last half in the of the training here in the next 30 minutes. So can you monetize it? The answer to that is absolutely yes. Almost any idea, with few exceptions, can be monetized. And in fact, I'm so confident in this that I can show you at least 3 ways to monetize any idea. As long as there's a problem, and as long as it's something you enjoy doing and that there's a market for it, it can be monetized. And there's a lot of ways to do it, but usually a minimum of 3 ways. And you could actually make a living from that too. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of that. If that's something that you want help with, then we'll do that either on another hangout, or we can do personal one-on-one coaching. Or if you join my team in the button below this video, then you automatically get that training. So this is one of the ways that I help others. All right, we're going to move on now. Is there a market? And that's what I want to teach you today. How you can determine if your idea really has a market. I'm going to show you how to determine that through something called keyword research on the internet. Okay? All right, so keyword research is really a fancy way of finding other superheroes that want to learn exactly what you have to offer. Okay, so you're not trying to attract everyone to you. You want to just attract people that are like you, that appreciate what you are doing, that have the same the same kind of personality trait that you enjoy being around. If you're not trying to attract like-minded individuals, you're going to burn yourself out. It's not going to be fun anymore, and you're not going to make the type of income that perhaps you desire. So I want to challenge you to do that exercise that I spoke of earlier, because that's going to help narrow down exactly how you should be targeting your life and your business for success. All right, and these are the Incredibles here. And the reason I put them up there, if you haven't seen the movie, is that all of them have different talents. Every one of them has a different talent, but they all have the same purpose. And that's obviously they're a family unit, but they all have the same purpose, and that's to help. They're superheroes. They're out there to help save the world, to help protect people, and they all use their talents and gifts together to achieve the same result. And that's the type of people that I like to be around. It doesn't matter what your talent is. What matters to me is that what you provide can lead to the same result, which is a life of passion, health, happiness, and time and financial freedom. So if that's you and you say, yeah, I want to be a part of this team, and this sounds like a fun time, then I encourage you to reach out to me, and you can do that by clicking on the buttons below here on this Hangout, and that's going to get you in contact with me. All right, let's move on. All right, so what tools do you use to do keyword research? And keywords are a number of words that are going to help you target your audience, because there's billions and billions of people out there. You don't want to hit everybody. You want to hit just those people that matter, that you're able to solve their problem and that you resonate with and would enjoy being around. So for me, keywords are a minimum of 3 words that help me find my audience. And these are just 3 tools that I use. I use a lot of other tools to find good keywords, but I'm going to show you today how to use these 3 tools in order to narrow down your audience and to find out, number one, if it's a good market. If you have your own business and you're looking to target people and you want to see if it's a good audience and you can make a living doing it, this is going to be a way for you to determine that. So I'll demonstrate here in just a moment. So these are the 3 tools: YouTube, that's youtube.com, amazon.com, and then Google Keyword Planner. So we are going to go on a journey now for the next 30 minutes of this Hangout, and we are going to imagine for a minute that we really like birds. Okay, birds, as in little birds that spraying. I'm thinking of birds right now. So we really like birds. We love them so much, and we are really, really good at making bird houses and bird feeders. Okay, this is something that we would really like to do for the rest of our life. Okay, just pretend with me here, because I needed to pick a topic, and this one seemed like a fun one. So we really like birds. So how on earth would you determine, if this is a good enough idea that you could make a living from building bird houses or talking about birds with other people? Well, this is how I'm going to show you to do it. Okay, so here's how we begin. All right, so we're going to start with YouTube. So let me flip to another page here. Hopefully we are published and everything. All right, so we are going to start with YouTube. All right, so here's how this works. And I just was testing it a minute ago, but let's say that you really enjoy building bird houses. So let's type in how to build a bird house. And it looks like bird house is one word. So I'm in YouTube, I'm doing a search to see what it says. So what comes up right now, we have over 40,000 results. And the reason that I'm typing this in is I want to see, are there people actually, number one, searching for this? Are there people looking to learn how to build birdhouses? Because maybe I want to teach people. Or are there people looking to buy birdhouses? Because I could do another search and say where to buy birdhouses, or best birdhouses to buy if you are looking to sell your own creations. But I can tell you a little secret: the best businesses teach you how to do something or improve your life in some way. So for me, if I was into the birdhouse business, I would probably teach people how to build a birdhouse rather than building it for them. So I put in how to build a birdhouse. So you can see I'm getting quite a few results. And what you want to look for here is a few things. Number one, you want to see if there are enough videos out there that have a large audience. In other words, they've received a lot of views. So here's one, the very top one. It's over 5 years ago, and it has received over 100,000 views. That's great. That's typically my threshold. I'm looking for topics that have over 100,000 views. So, I can kind of go down here and see what's next. Well, it doesn't look like I have as many views for the next ones. Well, here's one down here. This one has over 100,000. I guess this guy, Bob Hunt, has a trademark birdhouse, and he shows you how to do it. So this is giving me some ideas. So what I would do here then is I would copy down the keywords that they used for their video. So in this case, he used how to build a unique birdhouse. And this one up here, he used how to build a birdhouse DIY, which I believe stands for do it yourself. And he included chickadees and swallows, so he's really focusing on them. So you can see now I'm getting a few keyword ideas based on how many people are searching for it. All right, here's another one, how to build a birdhouse. Exact match to my keyword. This one has over 200,000 views. I believe you can even sort this right here. I can sort. I'm going to show you a little trick. Filters, I'm going to sort by view count. Okay, so now I'm getting things that match these keywords. So some of these are not really dealing with building a birdhouse. This one looks like a song. Songs typically get a lot of hits. But the top one here is how to build a birdhouse. So this one was over 6 years ago. This one might be a good one to update. Maybe make your own how to build a birdhouse video that's newer, because this one's old, and see how you do if you use the same exact keywords that this guy used. So you can kind of go through and get some ideas. Here's a Prima homemade birdhouses made from recycled boxes. So now you can copy this entire keyword string and see how many people have searched for it. So this right now, what you're doing is you are specifically looking for what titles they are using to name their videos. And you're looking at those videos that are getting a lot of views right now. And if you find some that are interesting to you, you may even watch the video and see a few things like how long is it? Most of them are not over 4 minutes. And then you might also see, what types of things are they saying in the video? Because that's going to help you too when you're trying to determine, what could you offer the birdhouse world in this case in order to be of value. Okay, so this is giving you ideas. All right, so here is another one that you can look up, is to go to Amazon. I could come to Amazon, how to build a birdhouse. I'm going to leave it on all for now. Okay, so what this does is it's going to pull up, books and products related to birdhouses. So I'm going to show you a trick here. So when I come in, and here's the very top book that came up, it's easy to build birdhouses. So I would actually click on this book. And then once you click in to look at the book, you scroll down until you get to the product details. Okay. When I get into the product details, you're going to look right here where it says Amazon bestseller rank. You see this number right here? This one has 74,000. So that's how far down the list it is on getting sales. So it's not really getting a lot of sales because it's, you know, like 74,000 down the list. However, I do see you also want to look at the customer reviews. So it's had 37 customer reviews. So we know it's probably had at least 37 people who have bought or read this book. So it kind of gives you an idea as how popular it is. What my threshold is for the bestseller rank is I want to try to find somebody who's got less than 20,000 in as far as their number here, their threshold. That tells me it's a popular book right now. So it's a popular topic that people would be willing to pay for. And that's what I'd like to see. So let's go back. And if you find some that are like that, then you copy the title and use that as a keyword search. Here's another one. Let's see, birdhouses you can build in a day. Let's take a look at that one. This one has 43 customer reviews. Let's scroll down. Oh, wow, look at this one. Okay, so this one has a rank of 33,000. So that's getting closer to my 20,000 threshold. So this one might be getting some pretty good sales. They have at least 43 customers that have bought it. So that gives me an idea. And it looks like this is kind of a popular keyword then. Birdhouses you can build in a day. So that might be something that you would use as a keyword, or as you might want to offer something to the birdhouse community based on that. So you might do a video series or write up plans for birdhouses that you can build in a day. So now you've got some ideas on what you can sell, and that it must be popular because it's getting sales on Amazon. Is this helping you? I hope it is, because one of the easiest ways to find success is to look where other people are already having success. All right, so now we've got a few keywords. So how do we determine, this is the last step in determining other keywords that are going to be good in order to target people to your business or company or idea, is to go into the Google Keyword Planner tool. In order to find that, I just go to Google and I type in keyword planner. And when you do that, usually the first one that comes up is right here, Google AdWords Keyword Planner. Now, you do have to have a Gmail account in order to use this. You're going to go into, once you've logged in, it'll even ask for credit card information and stuff like that. But don't worry, you're not actually going to buy an ad. You're just going to use their tools. I do believe you have to fill out the credit card info before it will allow you to use their keyword planning tool. And that's fine, because you're never actually going to use, or you may choose to buy an AdWord later, but for now, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and fill it out. All right, so now you're in the tools. I'm gonna get a drink of my tea here. So when you first get into Google AdWords and you've signed in and everything, you wanna click the last tab that says Tools. And when you get there, the one you want is right here under Keyword Planner, and actually in Tools, one of the options there is Keyword Planner. So you want to make sure you click on Keyword Planner. Now you're inside the Keyword Planner. Then you want to come down here and you want to search for new keyword and ad group ideas. All right, and I've already kind of filled this out because I wanted to have this all ready for this presentation. But when you come in here, you're going to type in keywords that you found either on YouTube or on Amazon that make sense for you. So you do that by copying. You can copy and paste the different sentences that they use for their titles for their videos or for their books. Type those in here, and you want to hit a space after each one. So for here, you might say, I don't know, do it yourself bird feeders. And so these are all keywords. I want to have a minimum of 3 words that I use for each keyword thread. All right, so now we come down here, and I don't touch anything else. I'm just going to click here where it says Get Ideas. Let it finish loading here. Okay, so what I'm looking for are the keywords that are here. Let me see. I wanted to make this a little bigger. I think I've got my screen so big that you can't see the whole keyword. But what I like to do is I like to sort by competition. So I'm going to click competition. I'm just clicking on the header itself. And I'm going to click again because I want us to have the lowest competition. That means there are not a lot of people doing it right now. And then you want to compare that with the average number of searches. And what that means is Google keeps track of everything that people type into their search bar. That is really, really valuable because when they're typing things into the search bar, you know that they are looking for that. That's a person who to find that. So if I come in here and I look, here's the very top one, it has very low competition, and it has an average of almost 2,000 average monthly searches. And let's see what this is. I don't know if it'll show me. Here, I'm going to click on feeder do it yourself so I can get deeper. Okay, so here's this one right here. This one, the actual keywords are DIY, that's do it yourself, bird feeder. So they had just last month, they had 1,600 people searching for that. That's huge. So that tells me that they are trying to find do-it-yourself bird feeder, and there's not that many people because it's low competition that are offering information on do-it-yourself bird feeders. So as a business owner who wants to, talk about do-it-yourself bird feeders or share ideas or plans or maybe sell books on do-it-yourself bird feeders, I have a good keyword thread right here. So I would copy that down, put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and I would try it out. Start marketing to people like that are looking for do-it-yourself, those exact keywords, and then I can find them. Now you're probably saying, okay, that's great, Vishon, but I don't even know how to market. Well, I'm not going to get into the details today on this Hangout on how to market, but if you start off by pulling keywords that make sense, then what's going to happen is you can start following me, and I do teach people, I teach my students, how do you market any business idea online in order to start driving traffic to you and making sales so that you can do what you love and be that superhero that you were destined to be. Okay, so my typical threshold, if you want to write this down, is I typically don't like searches that go over 1,000, and I don't want them under 100. So this one's a little high, but because it has such low competition, I might actually use it. And this one's a little low, bird feeder, do it yourself. But I like that it has, 110 searches every month, so it's above 100. Now, one other thing that I would do is I would look for keywords that have more of a buyer language. So what I mean by that is they're wanting something right now. Like this one would be a good example, easy do-it-yourself bird feeder. These people, maybe they look for do-it-yourself bird feeders and they were frustrated and they wanted some that were easier. So they typed in easy do-it-yourself bird feeder. So now they're trying to narrow their search down even more to get what they're looking for. However, in this case, they only had 30 average monthly searches. So that's below my threshold as to being a good keyword. So let's go back now and let's look at some of the others. So this one, wow, look at how many average monthly searches. This one has over 136,000 average monthly searches and has low competition. So we come over here, I'm going to click on the the blue bird. And let's see, now it's going to drill down further and show me the keywords that are getting those searches. So let's resort them because I want to see the ones that have low competition. Okay, so this one doesn't have 3 words. I'm trying to find some that are 3 words or more and low competition. I don't see any with 3 words or more so far. Here, this one has bird baths for sale. This one has high competition, but bird feeding station seems to be a really popular one. It has 260 searches per month. Here's another one, bird feeding stations. So that gives you some ideas. that might help you out. So I might write those down, even though they have high competition. They might be a good one for me. Let's see, what else could we look for here? I hope this is helping you so that you can start narrowing down your business ideas and what is getting a lot of traffic. Because if people are searching for this online, they are interested, which means you have fish. It's kind of like you're out there fishing for people, but if they're not actually biting on that type of bait, you don't have a solution for the problem they have, then you don't have a business. So you really have to look and see if there's a market for your business before you decide to do anything that goes along with your natural talents and gifts. So here we are. Let's see what else we can do. We'll look in here a little deeper. Okay, so here's building a house. I'm assuming this is a birdhouse. Let's open it up. No, these look like regular houses. It doesn't really talk about birds. So let's go back. Okay, here's one, homemade bird feeder. So maybe you're that bird feeder guy or gal that wants to make homemade bird feeders or help people. Let's resort this. Okay, well, look at this one, how to make a homemade bird feeder. So this was a very specific search. This is a good one, good keyword thread. And it had over 100 monthly searches, which is great. That's the threshold that I typically choose. And it's got a lot of keywords and it has low competition. So for me, this would be a really good keyword or thread to use when I'm marketing my business. So you just keep looking for different keywords. And now it's getting a little lower. How to make a homemade bird feeder. We like that one. So these are all going to help you when you're doing your keyword search. All right, so I'm going to go back here. And I want to show you one more thing. So let's go to another one. Well, here's one here for kids. Let's see what they say for that. No, it's very low search. I was just curious. Let's see. Easy. Let's go in here. No, those are too low. So you can see you can kind of go through and you can try to find things that, yeah, do-it-yourself bird feeders is low here. Do-it-yourself bird. Let's see this one. Nope, low competition. Wild bird. Wild bird feed. Maybe you want to have a bird feeding store. Let's see what this one has. Okay, this one, wild bird store or bird store. I mean, it's not as detailed of keywords as I would like, but it has low competition, wild bird store. So it might be something in which you would want to market in. But here's what you would do. Okay, so let's say that you did like this keyword and you were specifically targeting people who liked wild birds in whatever business that you're planning to do. You would hover over this little graph. Okay, this little graph is going to show you what the average monthly searches are over a year, well, I guess over 3 months time. Oh, no, it is over a year, April 2014 through March. So notice here, right now, it looks like it's averaging 720 searches, but in the middle of, I guess it'd be like October, or no, this is December. Obviously, a lot of people are doing wild bird gifts for people in the winter. So you can see some of the times in which there are more searches. Why is this important? Because if you are looking to market a business, you can now kind of see, number one, when's the busy time for selling your services? And number two, you can also see if your keywords are going up. If you see a trend in which it keeps going up and up and up and up each month, a lot of times that's good because that means that more people are interested in that specific topic. Let me go back to one of them that had a little better or stronger keyword. Let's go into do-it-yourself bird feeders. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, this one, well, it has a dip in the fall, but then it looks like it starts to go up here, especially in the spring, which kind of makes sense. So in April, it was up pretty high, in May. So you can tell for this one, it definitely has a seasonal thing that's going on here. And this gives you an idea as to how you can market. If there's going to be a lot of people looking for certain keywords at certain times of year, then you may want to beef up your advertising and marketing during that time frame. So I hope this has really helped you to see how you can find a market for your particular talents as a superhero. And I'm going to flip it around here so you can see me again, since I've been hiding behind my screen. Hello again. All right, so hopefully this has helped you, and I really would love to see you become the person that you were always meant to be. It's so important to me. In fact, that's my mission, is to help people, to empower people to be powerful, to be superheroes if you must, so that you are living out your true purpose. And one of the best ways that you can do that is, number one, finding out your true purpose. And you can do that by answering those questions that I had at the beginning of this hangout. And then secondly, finding a problem that your true purpose helps solve. And once you know that, and this can be something you've overcame, which is the ideal thing to have, something that you've overcame in your life, now you go out and you search and see if there's a market for that problem. If you find that there are a lot of people, at least in the online world, that are searching for that solution, now you have something. And the next step is finding, okay, what products and services could I offer that resonate with those people and are going to help sell my products or services and sell me as a person to them to be able to help solve those problems. And that's really what business is all about. And that's really what makes it fun too, because when you shape your life around your natural abilities and your superhero gifts, life is so much more fun, because now you are going with the flow. That's called being in the flow, is when you are naturally following your own gifts. If something that you're doing right now seems really hard, like you're trying to go upstream, you just can't seem to make it right, nobody's happy with what you're doing, or you're not happy with what you're doing, it's a struggle every day. To me, that is a huge wake-up call. That's the red flags going off, that you are not in the right spot right now in your life, that you are going against the flow instead of going with the flow. How do you turn things around? Well, the first thing I recommend is that you look at your situation from, kind of a step back from it, step away from it, look at it from a high perspective and say, if I were to make a different decision right now, what would make me feel better? Okay, what's going to make me feel better? Is it continuing doing what I'm doing? Or would I feel better doing it this way? Or maybe changing your mind about it and looking at it in this perspective. And once you start always choosing the thing that's going to make you feel a little bit better, it may not make you feel the best at first, but if you feel better when you think about having that decision or making that decision happen, then you are now starting to go with the flow. And you're getting your own boat, your own life back on target. Instead of trying to go upstream, now you're going downstream. It's much easier going down the river than it is trying to go up a river full of rapids, right? And that's what I'm trying to help you to see. And I know it can be scary, because you think, oh my gosh, there might be a waterfall at the end of this river and I don't want to drop off the waterfall. Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, that waterfall that comes up in your life, or the big boulder in the middle of the stream that's going to cause you to capsize, doesn't actually happen. In fact, you'll find that the more you go with the flow and are in the flow of your life, the more things open up for you. In other words, right when that waterfall happens, that big problem, like a lot of people are afraid to start their own business because it's scary, it's not dependable, or so they think. They think that they may have a financial meltdown. and that they'll lose everything and they won't have a place to live, or whatever. And it goes on and on and on. I'm sure you've had this thought if you've ever thought about having your own business. Here's what happens when you get to that waterfall, that edge or that problem that you think you're going to have as you go with the flow. If you continue to go with the flow, something good opens up. So right when that waterfall happens, who's to say that a branch doesn't appear that you can hang on to, or a parachute doesn't open up that allows you to land softly at the bottom of that waterfall? You can't look at things as danger all the time, because you'll miss the ride. You'll miss the rush. You'll miss the joy that, in my opinion, I believe God is watching over us. And I don't care what you believe. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not trying to convert anyone on this hangout. But I do believe that good things happen as you go with the flow. And if you keep that positive attitude that good things are going to happen, and you continually are taking action in a positive direction in your life and the lives of others, good things start to happen, and they keep building and building and building. And before you know it, you're living out your dreams and you're living the life that you always wanted to live. So I hope this has inspired you and motivated you. And as always, if you want to reach out to me, I am Vashon Borich, the Tough Mama. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me online. Look me up, and I'll be happy to get connected with you and help you on your journey. Make it a great day. Take care.